Hi everyone, I hope you are all doing well. So today we are learning about fractions. Now this video is actually just an introduction into fractions because fractions is such a big chapter in mathematics and we're only starting with fractions now. So today we're just going to learn a little bit about what are fractions and how we can use them. Alright, now we all like pizza, I know I do. And sometimes when you get your pizza, it's obviously a circle, but it's cut into pieces. Now those pieces we call fractions of the pizza. And if you eat a piece, and if your brother or sister eat a piece, then the fractions of the pizza changes. Alright, now I'm going to show you what I mean by that. If we look at the yellow shape, I've got my pizza here today. It's a circle, because pizzas are circles. And I have decided to cut my pizza into two pieces, okay? So I went and I drew a line down the middle. I cut it down into two pieces. Right, so how many pieces did I cut it into? Two. So I'm going to write down that two. I cut my pizza into two pieces. What I did now is I went and I ate one of my pieces. So if I had two pieces and I went and I ate one of my pieces, how many pieces are left? One. There is one piece left. Now, if we want to write this as a fraction, then we're going to say, I had two pieces, okay, I had two pieces. I cut, that's your cutting line, I cut it into two pieces and I ate one piece. So how many pieces are left? One of, the line means of because you cut it, two, you cut it into two pieces. So one of two pieces is left. Okay, so one of my two pieces is left. And there I have a fraction. As easy as that. So I took my full circle, my pizza. I decided to cut it. That's your cutting line. I cut it into two pieces. How many pieces did you cut into? Two pieces. I ate one. So what is the fraction that remains? 1 of 2, 1 over 2 remains. And this we call a half. So you had a whole pizza, you cut it into two pieces and you took away one, so there's one of the two pieces left, and we call that a half. Next one. I decided to take this pizza and I'm going to cut this pizza into three pieces. Okay, so I went shoop, shoop, shoop. 1, 2, 3. 3 pieces. Now I write this 3 over there. I've got my 3 pieces. Remember, you must have your little cutting line. Okay? Now, I decided to eat this big piece. So what is the fraction that remains? The fraction that is left over after I ate one of my 3 pieces. Now you simply go and you count how many pieces of the 3 pieces are left. 1, 2, and I write that at the top. So 2 of my 3 pieces of pizza is left. Okay. If you cut a pizza or a rectangle or a square or anything into 3 pieces, 3 equal pieces, we call them thirds. You've cut it into thirds. Okay. I'm going to do another one. Here I've got a full pizza. I've got a full circle. Okay. I've decided to cut this circle into how many pieces? 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So, what's the first thing I do? I know how many pieces I've got. So I write down that. I know I've got 4 pieces, so I write down my 4 pieces. I cut it, so I remember my cutting line of, and I've decided to eat 3 of these 4 pieces. I've eaten a lot. Okay, 3 of these 4 pieces. So if I had 4 pieces and I ate 3 of my 4 pieces, that's an easy sum. How many pieces are left? 1, just 1? No, 1 of 4 pieces. Remember to write the line that shows it's a fraction. Okay, if we work with 4 pieces, then we call them quarters. Quarters. So we have 1 quarter left. Okay, and the last one that we're going to try for today, we've got 5 pieces of pizza. Okay, or pie, or lemon meringue, 5 pieces. And I've decided I'm so full from having all of this pizza, I'm only going to have 1 piece of lemon meringue pie. Okay, so I've cut it into 5 pieces. I'm going to write this over here. I've cut it into 5 pieces. Okay, how many pieces are left? I've eaten 1 piece. I had 1 piece of pie. So how many are left? You can do a normal sum. 5 minus 1 is 4. Let's go and count. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, I have 4 of my 5 pieces left. Now, if you cut a pie or a shape or something into 5 pieces, we call it fifths. I'm going to write that over here. I know the light. Fifths. So, I have 4 fifths left. Okay, so now there are 2 words that I'm going to introduce to you. The denominator and the numerator. I'm not even going to write it down because we're not working with that this week. I just want you to know where it comes from when you hear it. So the denominator, okay, goes at the bottom. The denominator shows how many pieces you cut it into, because remember, if we have a pizza and we cut it into pieces, how many pieces we cut it into goes at the bottom. Then we put our cutting line to show that we've cut it, that's why we have so many pieces. And then the pieces that you've colored in, taken away, shaded, I don't know, that you don't want to work with anymore, those pieces you've taken away. So now the pieces that are remaining, pieces that's not shaded or that is still left over, that goes at the top. In this example, my denominator, my number of pieces will be 2, and my numerator will be 1, the number of pieces that are left over. I've got a half. So, the number of pieces that you cut something into goes at the bottom. Then you put your cutting line so that when you talk about fractions, you can say 3 of 4 pieces. Your line is of, okay? So denominator, how many pieces you have or that you've cut it into, 2, 3, 4, 5 goes at the bottom. The number of pieces that are left over, that are colored in, that you want to work with now, those number of pieces we call the numerator. That goes at the top. As easy as pie.